In today's video, we are going to be learning how to cut and sew a two-piece set for 1-year-old baby girl. It is super easy to make and beginners friendly, so you have nothing to worry about. So if you're interested in learning how to cut and sew a two-piece for a 1-year-old, then you're in the right place. I used just half yard of satin fabric to make this two-piece set for my 1-year-old baby girl. Okay, so let's get right in. So we'll be starting with the short part. I have my fabric right here, and I'm just going to fold the fabric 2 times. For the short length, I am using 13 inches. Okay, so right now from the side, I am going to measure 8 inches all around the fabric that I have folded. I'll measure 8 inches and mark from top to bottom. Okay, so now I'll take the crotch depth at 7.5 inches. I used 7.5 inches for the crotch depth. From the waistline, I measured 7.5 inches. So for the crotch extension, I used 1.5 inches, and I'm just going to curve in the crotch like I am doing here. On the lower part, I used 7 inches. So I'll measure 7 inches from the side and mark. Then I'll take from the crotch to the 7 inches on the hemline, just like this. So we are done with the short. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. Easy. So we'll just head straight to the sewing machine to stitch the short. So I'll place the 2 parts of the short together and go ahead and sew on the center front and the center back. That is the crotch area. Then after that, I am going to hem the border of the short. I'll just fold in 3/4 inch in 2 times and then stitch on it. So align the short on the crotch and make sure you match them properly. Then go ahead and stitch. You start from one end of the short leg, sew into the crotch, then down to the other end of the short leg. Then after joining, you just go ahead and turn it out to the right side. So I've joined the short. I'll set it aside now, so I'll work on the waistband. So here's the fabric for the waistband, and I have cut it to be the same measurement with the short waistline, and the length I have is 3 inches. I'll simply fold the waistband into 2 and then stitch to join. Here's the elastic for my waistband. It is 12 inches by 1 inch elastic. Okay, 12 inches. I am using 12 inches because this elastic is really stretchy. If you're using a not very stretchy elastic, please go ahead and make it up to 15 inches. So you fold the elastic into 2 and stitch on it up to 3 to 4 times so it doesn't cut. So when I've joined the elastic, I'll get the fabric band and fold it into 2. I'll gently tuck in the elastic, making sure it is relaxed inside the fabric. Then I'll go ahead and stitch on, trying to cover the elastic with the fabric. Now when stitching on 1/2 inch, make sure you're not stitching on top of the elastic so it doesn't stay stiff. So when you stitch, you drag the elastic along until you're done. Okay, so I'm done with the elastic. You can see how it is sitting very comfortably and freely inside the fabric, and it stretches. It really stretches. Okay, so go ahead and join the bands to the short. I'll look for the place where I have the joining on the elastic and match with the joining part on the trouser, preferably the back part of the trouser, though you can join it anywhere since it's the same length, both the front and back. So I'll then go ahead and stitch on the band onto the trouser. So when stitching, make sure you drag the band, drag it as stretchy as possible. Okay, so keep dragging so it's able to cover up the entire waistline of the shorts. If you don't drag, you may have some shortage. Okay, so I've joined the bands to the shorts and this is the outcome. Just go ahead and relax the elastic and then everything is set for the shorts. Onto the top part, here is the fabric for the half length of the top. I will fold it 2 times. Now the half length of the top is supposed to be 8.5 inches length, but I am going to be minusing the strap, the sleeve from the half length. The sleeve length, I want to minus 2.5 inches. The half length is supposed to be 8.5, so I will minus 2.5 inches. For the shoulder, I used 3.5 and for the armhole, I used 4 inches. So on the chest line, I'll measure 6.5 inches and then I'm just going to connect it to the shoulder line. I will extend the chest line to the waistline and curve out the armhole like so. And that's it for the top part. I'll go ahead and cut it out. This piece of fabric is for the strap. It's 6 inches in length and 3 inches wide and I have 2 of it. This one is for the gathered part of the top and on fold it is measured at 25 inches. That means if I open it up it will be 15 inches and then the length is 5 inches. So we are working on the sleeve part first. With me here is this is the flare on the sleeve. It's measured 7 inches by 2.5 inches wide and there are 2 pieces right here for the 2 sides of the sleeve. So I'll just fold it and curve out the excuse me, I'll curve out the edge like I'm doing right here. You can leave it straight if you want, just curve out a little bit and cut out. So now fold the edge, that's the curved part, and stitch on it. Let me quickly seize this moment to ask you a simple question. Have you subscribed to our channel yet? Just in case you're yet to subscribe, please do well to hit the subscribe button and help me to like this video. Please like it. Please just like. Thank you. So after folding, we are going to be making a little gather, just a little bit, because it's just 1 inch longer than the shoulder strap. Okay, now place it on the strap this way and stitch. So I can't remember if I mentioned the length of the shoulder strap. It is 6 inches by 3 inches wide. This is the shoulder strap. So after stitching the ruffle on the strap, you go ahead and fold it 2 times so that it covers the rough stitches. Okay, like you use it to cover the rough stitches and then you top stitch. You do this from beginning to end. So when getting towards the end, make sure you tuck in the end of the ruffle inside the strap so it hides in there to give a neat finishing, just like this. So the 2 sleeves are ready, the 2 shoulder strap. I'll simply position them on the body parts. Okay, just place it on the neckline and leave this allowance that you use to turn the neckline. So position the sleeves pin down and then cover the lining on top of it. Go ahead and stitch armhole, neckline and armhole. You can also use a bias strip this way if you don't want to use a full lining. Let me quickly add that the measurement I used for these 2 pieces for my 1-year-old daughter, who is really small, by the way. Okay, so feel free to adjust measurements based on the baby's body size and type. Alright, so after stitching on the lining, you go ahead and notch it all around so that when you flip it to the right side, everything comes out flat and nice. So after fixing the sleeve on the front part of the top, I'll go ahead and repeat the same thing I did on the front part on the back piece as well. So I'm going to turn the side of the top with lining so it stays smooth and clean. Okay, just watch what I'm doing in case you're confused on what I just said. Okay, so I just want to remind you again, in case you have not liked the video or you're yet to subscribe to this growing channel, please do well to like and subscribe and even drop me comments. Thank you. So I've turned the side with the linings. As you can see, there's no rough edge on the side again. Okay, so this is what I meant. This is the fabric for the gathered part of the top. Like I mentioned earlier, it is 50 inches wide. So I'll go ahead and hem the border. I'll hem it. So after hemming, I'm going to slit it into two so that I'll get to join one part on the front and join one part on the back separately. Right now, I will use my fingers and gather the fabric. After gathering it, I will fold in the side so that it clears rough edges. So then I'll go ahead and join the gathered part to the top. Next, I will match the side of the top and join. So after joining the side of the top, I'll turn it over to the right side. So you go ahead and give this a really good press, especially if you're sewing it for a customer. Okay, so this has brought us to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.